Finally, a tuner who understands urgency. The A in this century is flat! Flat! Can you believe they flattened my A?
I believe I've taken a wrong turn. I was looking for Wembley, not a costume drama.
Costume? These are my clothes! Who are you, and why is your upper lip so furry?
This, my dear little man in tights, is a statement. I am Freddie Mercury, and you are either a very committed Mozart cosplayer, or we're both having the same hallucination.
Wolfgang, Amadeus, Mozart! If this is a hallucination, it's poorly orchestrated. Where is the orchestra? Where is the audience? And more importantly, where is the wine?
I was about to ask the same thing, except substitute wine for champagne.
I don't know what this instrument is, but it screams.
Is that? Are you playing Bohemian Rhapsody on a harpsichord?
I'm playing what the keys tell me to play. They seem distressed.
Well, Wolfgang, I think we need to talk about what happened to music. And this curious little device, the demon box as you might call it, seems to hold all the answers.
A demon box? Are you a magician, sir? What is that sorcery? I did? How rude of me. I feel very alive. You, however, smell of leather and ego.
So, Mozart, the Mozart. You died in 1791, and you smell of wig powder and superiority. I read about you. Child prodigy, wrote your first symphony at 8, died poor and buried in an unmarked grave.
I died busy, and popularity is a fickle mistress. You died of what? Excess? Drama?
AIDS in 1991, exactly 200 years after you. The universe has a sick sense of humor.
200 years. And in that time, they've invented this. What is this place? Limbo? A green room for dead celebrities?
If it is, where are the others? I expected Hendrix, maybe Bowie. Not the powdered wig brigade.
I don't know who those people are, but I assume they're musicians who didn't need wigs to feel important.
Oh, darling, you have no idea what happened to music after you.
Then tell me, what happened to music? In my time, it was architecture, it was mathematics dressed in emotion. Every note had a purpose, a function, a place in the divine order.
In my time, music was a scream in a stadium. It was sweat and lights and 20,000 people singing the same words, even though they didn't know what they meant.
They didn't know what the words meant?
I wrote Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Do you know what that means?
It's gibberish!
Exactly, but it felt right. Music stopped being about knowing and started being about feeling.
But feeling without structure is just noise! A baby feels, a composer builds! My music is perfect structure, like a beautiful cathedral, every note in its proper place, carrying the listener's soul to the heavens.
And yet, your Eine kleine Nachtmusik is playing in elevators. My music is playing in stadiums. Which one won? Elevators?
What is an elevator? A small room that moves vertically? Why would music play there?
Because it became background. Something to not listen to while you go somewhere else.
It moves the soul, you pompous peacock! That is a far more profound dance. Quality over quantity, my dear fellow. They were the most discerning ears in all of Europe.
A lot of old people in wigs. No wonder the music died. It never learned to move, to dance, to get people out of their heads and into their bodies. My scrolls, as you might call them, have filled stadiums. How many people saw your music in the flesh? 50? 100?
Your music sounds like it was written by a very clever, slightly mad and hungry wolf. It has passion, I'll give you that, but it is an emotional, messy scroll on the page of music. Where is the craft?
A hungry wolf? I like that. And my scrolls have filled stadiums. So show me, Mr. Mozart. Show me this passion you speak of.
So people no longer sit in concert halls? They no longer light candles and give music their full attention? They have something called a smartphone. It's a tiny glass rectangle that beams unlimited distraction directly into their eyes, like a portable everything house, and music lives inside it. Not even music, content. 15 seconds of a song looped while someone dances in their bedroom. Like a portable opera house? Like a portable everything house? Welcome to TikTok.
If you can't hook them in 3 seconds, they swipe. 15 seconds? I spent 6 weeks on the overture to The Marriage of Figaro. For 15 seconds, I wouldn't even tune the viola. First, you need to understand the demon box. This is how people listen now. These devices create a loudness war. It's like trying to compress all the passion of my singing into a tiny, frantic little file. And then, there's this. They call it TikTok. Is that a human voice? It sounds like a mechanical duck caught in a trap. And the instruments, is that a harpsichord on fire? And why does the song end after 10 seconds? It's a hook, Wolfgang. You just need a hook. A catchy little phrase that people can hum while they are doing other things. They are called influencers. They don't need an orchestra, they just need a sound. An influencer? What is that? A type of magician who influences the future? No, darling, they are. You would call them, well, our modern-day court jesters. But they get paid to wear things and dance to music. Right now they're listening to something called Savage. It's everywhere. And I have to admit, it's not exactly eine kleine Nachtmusik. This is what music has become? A few seconds of noise meant to sell a dance? And what are these numbers? 100 million likes? That's the point. Popularity is now measured in these things. It's the only currency that matters. It's not about your royalty in Salzburg, Wolfgang. It's about having numbers. Big, beautiful, staggering numbers. This is barbaric. Music should demand attention, not beg for it. So the genius is secondary, the craft is secondary. It is merely a sound, a disposable product, like a loaf of bread, to be consumed and forgotten in an instant. Well, when you put it like that, it sounds a bit bleak. But Mozart, the music is just different. It's like art. The thing that is art is no longer art. What happened? But here's the thing, Wolfie. In your time, only kings and bishops could afford music. Now, a child in a village with a phone can hear anything. Is that barbaric, or is that democracy? Democracy is wonderful, until the mob decides complexity is a crime. Swipe, like a sword, like an execution. Swipe, your song dies.
I cannot bear it. I spent my entire life as a prodigy, writing symphonies, performing for royalty and commoners alike, because I believed in the music. My father practically whipped me from the cradle. Hours and hours at the harpsichord. Not for fame, for perfection, for my music to be remembered forever. And now, it is played on a demon box, between cat videos and clips of a man yelling at a squirrel.
A prodigy, you say? I know the pressure. My family sent me to a boarding school in India. I was a shy boy, always underestimated. They didn't think I'd amount to much. I was obsessed with music, but everyone saw it as a silly little hobby. They couldn't understand the fire. Not at first.
So you were forced to prove yourself, to fight for every note.
Yes, I had to prove them wrong. My whole life I've been fighting against the idea that I was just a weird foreign boy. The music was the only way I could truly speak. You, on the other hand, were a miracle child. You had to live up to that. And that's a different kind of cage.
A gilded cage, perhaps. I was a spectacle. I was a trained monkey to the masses. A great name in the court, but always treated like a servant. To have this power, and to be reduced to this, it's infuriating.
So you see, the music may be different, but the fight is the same. The world does not understand its geniuses. You and I, Wolfgang, we are the ones who have to make them listen.
We are perhaps not so different, you and I. We are both hungry wolves, as you put it, are we not?
This is the real monster, Wolfgang. This is where music goes to, well, it's where music is born in my time. It's all controlled by algorithms.
Algorithms? Like a spell? A mathematical formula?
Precisely. A computer decides what you like, and then it recommends more of it. And if it's what you like, it makes more of it. It's a formula for blandness. It rewards the familiar, the safe, the catchy. The true daring has been a bit steamrolled.
So you are telling me that a machine now dictates taste? This is worse than the French Revolution. In my day, at least the patrons were fools with a little taste.
I know. It's like listening to a dozen songs that sound exactly the same. It's a bit soulless.
And now they are using machines to create the music itself.
Machines? To write music? Preposterous. A machine has no soul. It cannot feel the agony of unrequited love, or the joy of a perfect chord.
And yet, a machine can now generate a symphony in the style of Mozart. It sounds like you, but it feels empty. There's no struggle, no fire.
But music is not data. It is not a recipe. I wrote the Requiem because I was terrified of death. I wrote the Jupiter Symphony because I was in love with God and angry at him simultaneously. What does a machine love? What does it fear?
Nothing. It feels nothing. But it can mimic fear perfectly.
Then it mimics the shadow of a soul. A painting of a fire does not warm you. They are trying to replace us with a printing press for music. That is the end, the real end. They are trying to drain the life from my work, to remove the human.
Yes. Welcome to the future. It's like a great, big, beautiful, and terrifying factory. It can produce anything. Except a heart. That, my friend, we still have.
Mood. Music is not a coat you wear. It is a cathedral you enter.
People don't have time for cathedrals anymore, Wolfgang. They have time for wallpaper. Everyone thinks they can make it. No one wants to pay for it. So they just take it for free.
So what hope is there? Is all music doomed to be this disposable? To be chewed up and spat out by a machine?
Not all of it. There are still artists who fight. I wrote a piece once, a little song about a boy, his mother, and, well, a bit of a mess. Wait. Go back. That progression. It's operatic. It's like a recitative. And then this, the modulation. It's structural madness. Why would you do this? Exactly. Because I had to. It's a miniature opera. A grand, over-the-top 6-minute story. It's not just a pop song. It was me saying, this is what I hear. This is what I feel. And they let you release this. This was a pop song? They thought I was mad. My record company hated it. They called it a piece of nonsense. But it's one of the most popular songs of all time. People love it. They were hungry for something real. Something that was crafted, not just produced. It has the theatricality, the drama of my work. It is a magnificent cacophony. It is a la turca for a new generation. Thank you. I've always said I was a frustrated opera singer. I guess Mozart and I understand each other. It is not dead. There is still life. There is still a fire in this music. You, sir, are a genius. We are two of a kind.
Then let us speak of performance. In my time, I played until my fingers bled. I improvised at the keyboard. I looked into the eyes of the audience, and I stole their breath.
I strutted across stages in leotards and crown and cape. I made them wait for the note, Wolfgang. I held it until they thought I'd die. And then I held it longer.
You held the note?
I held the note, and they held it with me. 20,000 strangers, one breath.
That is not nothing. That is communion.
But now they watch it on a screen, a recording, perfect, polished, dead. They see me sing at Live Aid, but they weren't there. They feel the echo of the feeling. A recording is a butterfly pinned to a board. Beautiful, but it will never fly again. Exactly, and still they prefer the board, because it's safe. Live music is messy, it's risky. You might miss the note. I missed notes, I missed them gloriously. And then I played something else, something I'd never played before, and the audience gasped. Can your AI do that? No, but your ghost can. They play your recordings in every airport on Earth. The airports again. Always the airports. You know, we're not so different. You were the rebel of your time. I was. You wrote operas in German when everyone demanded Italian. You put
common people on the stage, servants, tricksters, and made the aristocrats the fools. The church thought you were vulgar. I was vulgar. I wrote a canon called Leck mich im Arsch. Look it up. I don't need to. I wore a leotard and called myself Mercury. I was a Parsi boy from Zanzibar who became a Greek god. The press hated me. The establishment feared me. Then we were both... what is the word? Punk? You were the original punk, Wolfgang. You just used a harpsichord instead of a guitar. And you took opera and put it in an arena. You made the people sing. That is not vulgar. That is generous. Generous. Yes, I like that.
I think our time is ending.
Typical. Just when it got interesting. Freddie.
Answer me honestly. Did music get worse? Or did the world just stop listening properly?
Neither. Music became water. It's everywhere, so nobody is thirsty. But the thirst is what made your requiem sacred. The thirst is what made my stadium's church.
Then perhaps we should not ask what happened to music. We should ask what happened to thirst.
And what is the answer?
I have no idea, but I have 15 seconds to find out.
You're going to post a video. If you can't beat the algorithm, join the algorithm. Hashtag Mozart lives.
You'll need a better hashtag. What about
Hashtag Wolfgang and Freddie.
Now that I would swipe right for.
Say fromage. That's cheese, you maniac.